Peace and love. This is Sister Nzinga from Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga. How y'all doing today? Well, I pray everybody's doing well and working on being even better. Well, today's Tuesday. Talk about a Tuesday. So let's get with it. First, I want to thank all my subscribers, new and old, for continuing to listen to me every Tuesday to bring a message that I just share. You know, I'm always thinking that I am still a student myself, and that I just have the opportunity to share what I know so we can continue to uplift each other and work on emancipating ourselves from mental slavery. Because, you know, y'all, we got to think. You know, our school system is not put in place and to us to be able to think. There's no analytical thinking. There's no questioning, things like that. But we got to be in that mode now that we have got to question everything. Everything and everybody. Because we used to just believe that, you know, that the government was in place and the government was, you know, doing things for our better good. That our teachers, our doctors, the lawyers, whoever that we would, you know, have to pay for services for, that we would consider just as a human being, that, you know, they were human beings and had our interests at heart. But now we are learning that that's really not the truth. So I'm just saying think, because it ain't illegal yet. And you know, I created this acronym called, for the word think, THINK, taking hold of and implementing, new knowledge. Taking hold of and implementing new knowledge. So that's what we have to do. Question everything. So we're going to just kind of do somewhat of a review and just talk about the things that we already know, and what are we going to do about it? You know, we know that the government is not really for us at this point, because way back some 100 years ago, they said that, you know, that the slaves, the people that they enslaved were free. And they have promised them 40 acres and a mule. Okay. Are we free? No. Did you get your 40 acres and a mule? No. So, you know, we can't count on that. We're learning that our educational system is very biased. In the books that they share with our children, that they don't have no truth in them about what really happened, about the truth about what happened in these certain wars and over times, how they brought us over here, how they treated us. All that stuff is not true the way they teach us in the school, where they teach our children. Well, they taught us the same thing. And isn't it just crazy that the same thing that they taught us, you know, I've been out of high school for 50-something years, but the same stuff is being taught in the schools. So they're not changing their stories because they have an agenda of what they're trying to put forth. They have an agenda, and so they're not going to change their story. So it's up to us to know the truth, and then we have to live the truth. We no longer can continue to just go along and know that certain things are not true and just act like that it is so. You know, all these holidays that they have created are things that are actually things, because this is a capitalist society, that they are created, I should say. They are created to make money. And it's not to really celebrate anything. And even if they have to lie to do it, that's what they do. And so we know these things, so that's why we got to think, because it ain't illegal yet. We have to question these things, and we have to continue to question these things and be able to teach our children the truth. Even if it's not what people are talking about, even if it's not in the books, even if the preacher didn't say it, or even the school teacher didn't say it, we have got to do some work to show our, what they say, study to show yourself approved. Because the only person we need to make sure that we are abiding by, and that we are respecting and giving our attention to and our obedience to, is the Most High. Even the fact they lied about that, y'all. I mean, come on. We have to really look at these things. They lied and told us that Jesus Christ was a white man. But we know truly, as a fact, that the picture that they depict of Jesus the Christ is of the artist that created the pictures, his cousin or some relative, and he just chose that image of that person. But that's not really who Jesus the Christ was. That's not what he looked like, and that's not his image that we should be using. So we need to take that shit down when you know it's not the truth. You know, but this is the thing I'm talking about. So we know that that if you go to church, the same the same scripture is being used for years and years and years and years and years. There's a whole big book I don't know the whole book, but I know that I don't go to church. But I know if I went to church, if I sometimes I go for occasions or for family members things, and support of things like that, or if I know somebody that's speaking. But I ain't been in 20 something years, but the same old songs is coming out, and I can go there and then rock my foot, pat my foot to the same old songs that's been going on for the same thing. Why come they're not teaching new things? Because things change. Everything is changing. Everything is evolving. But except for that, they just got you on this one path, and that's this path to really to program your mind so they can be in control of it. So this is what I'm saying, y'all. We got to think because it ain't illegal yet. We also know that, we'll talk about this pandemic thing. Look at that situation. We know that some of the stuff that they told us about that stuff is not true. And we do know that they have people taking those things and not being responsible. So if something happens to you, if you die, you get sick, whatever, they're not going to be responsible. That's what it says when you take it. You sign the paper stating that I'm going to take it, but I'm not going to hold anybody accountable who administered, who created it, or anything. Like, why would you do that? And now they're talking again about to bring up another thing, and people got to start wearing the mask again. They trying to create this mess again. I mean, so what are you going to do this time? With you know the truth, you know that what they told us before is a lie. We know that those things were not really fully doing the things that they said they was intended to do. We know that certain people have created this, and it's just a monetary thing because they wanted to implement it so they can make money off of it. They created this mess so they wanted to make money off of it. So what are you going to do now when they come up again and now saying that, well, we got another pandemic and you got to wear a mask and you got to take this, you got to take that. What are you going to do? You're not going to fall for the okie doke twice, are you? Come on now. I know you're not. I'm trusting because I know that we are coming of an awareness that we know better. And so when we know better, we have to do better. When we know better, we must do better. And like I said, we have to question everything. Like, why? It's just crazy how certain things are going on in the world. And, you have that question like, why? Well, why is this? And why they do it that way? But we don't ask those questions. We just say it to ourselves. And then what we do, just go right along and just verbatim say whatever they've said, recite whatever they've told you, follow their instructions when we know that they do not have our interests at heart. We know that what they did to the Tuskegee men, who were some very strong, intelligent men, who saved their asses when it came to the war. They were pilots, and because of the work that they did in moving around and I guess shooting airplanes down or whatever, I'm not really up on all the details. But when they did what they did, what was their thank you to them? Nothing. They gave them brothers syphilis because they wanted to see how the black body, a melanated man, would respond to this disease. And they used that information to do testing and all that kind of stuff. And some of them died. I mean, so we know now that these things, they have some kind of mess out here now that if that it can actually attack certain DNAs. So if I take it, and Jane takes it, or Swami takes it, I'm just using different types of cultural names. That's what I'm doing. So I'm not trying to be rude to anyone, but the effect is going to be different. You have all these people, and people, movie stars, actors, basketball players, all these people who are passing out, and maybe you even got a couple friends. I know I got a friend who was a well person. But she took that thing, and she's on vacation, and she passed out and had to get emergency surgery while she was in a whole nother country. And it's due to that jab. I mean, so what are we going to do this time? Are we going to do better? Because we do know better. Are we going to do better because we know better? I know that we are. I'm affirming that. I know that we're going to do better. Especially after the Alabama slammer. I ain't never going to stop talking about that. Because we're in a different mindset now. We're in a different mindset. And so we are thinking and reacting to things differently because we're fed up. We're tired of these things going on with us. And then they just say, oh, well, oh, well. And if you look at it, just recently, what the little white boy went into what store did he go into? I think a dollar store. He killed a lady that was just sitting in her car. I guess she had went to the store, bought her merchandise, and she was just sitting there, or either she was just coming, but she was sitting in front of the store in her car. And this man just killed that woman and went inside and killed 2 other people. These people have a hate in their heart. They're sick. Mental illness is real. But they want to check us on things that we do and our behaviors, but they just will bypass, the other people because they thinking they're okay. They're okay. No, those people are sick in their damn heads. And we got people who is filling information with these people and that we're awakening and saying that, that things are not so that they are. And so we're looking at things differently. But these people are still just starched on the fact that they think that we are lower than them. Well, no, they know that we're not lower than them, and so they're trying to eliminate us because they know that we're better than them, we're smarter than them, we're athletically built better than them. We can succeed in anything that we do. Look at them sisters who's doing this, all the on the Olympics and doing the running track. One sister she passed even the girl named FloJo's record, and then the sister what's the sister's name? What's our sister's name? The one who won all 5 categories or something last year. She had stopped doing this stuff for a while, but she back, and she came back with a vengeance, and she just did the same thing again. She won in every category again, and so this is the things that we have to know, that the power that we have inside of us, and but must not give up that power. We must not give up that power. So we know better now, so y'all, we just got to do better. And I'm counting on you. I love you. Most High loves you. And we know that we know better. And so because we know better, we have got to do better. And we are. I'm proud of you. I know that we're doing better. I could see in interactions, I could see with information that's being put on this this social media things. I see that, more businesses are popping up that are owned by us. We're being more self-sufficient. We're thinking. So we have got to continue on this journey of improving ourselves, empowering ourselves, and redirecting our energy to something positive. So we know that the rap music is not good, that is really played at a very... that the tone that is played at, the vibe that it gives, the vibrational tone that rap music is used, that it's not good energy at all. So we have to be mindful and make sure that we don't let our children hear this stuff, because there's so much vulgarness in the music. Yes, I can say that back in the day, who was it? The Ozzy brothers used to talk about a lot of sexual stuff, but it was just kind of just low level, But now it's like, these people just saying, oh, my PUSSY is this and something, and, jump on this DICK, and, but we have children listen to that. So you as parents, we got to do better. We can't let our children listen to that kind of stuff. Our music was low level, in between the sheets with the Ozzy brothers, that kind of stuff, and, though that kind of music. But, it was like, if you were an adult, you could figure things out. But now they just coming straight out with the DIC and the PUS. It's just straight out words in it. And we letting our children listen to that. Don't let your baby listen to it, even though if you like it. And maybe you even yourself should not listen to that low vibrational music. But more importantly, don't let our children listen to it. We have got to, and I'm saying we have got to. And when I say these things, I'm just saying these things that we have to do. But I'm acknowledging that we're doing much better because we know better. And we are doing much better because we are thinking, because it ain't illegal yet. So let's continue on this journey of improving ourselves, empowering ourselves, and continue to step away from certain things. We know that hot dogs aren't good for us. We know that sometimes when you eat at a Chinese store that you really may not be eating chicken. But like we said, take hold of and implement new knowledge. That's the acronym for the word think. THINK. Take hold of and implement the new knowledge. We know these things, but we have got to act upon them. Because, as they say, talk is cheap. People talk all damn day, talk a bunch of bullshit and da-da-da-da-da. But your actions, They're saying that what is it saying that I can't believe you. I can't believe what you say. That's what it is. I can't believe what you say because I see what you do. So it's the actions that we put upon the things that we think, the things that we say. So we could say one thing and then do another. So people say, I can't believe what you say because I see what you do. Because we got a lot of people out here that's claiming that they are this or that, put these labels on ourselves. But do believe, we do know that these labels are words just like the word together, love, space, TV. All these words were made up by somebody. And so these words that we follow, with whether you're a vegan, a vegetarian, and or whether you're a Christian or this, that, and the other, you're Yoruba or whatever, these are still words that I don't know if Yoruba, that's our that's a long word that we've been using in our culture for a long time. So so scratch that. But there's just basic words that are being used to identify who we are. And so again, think about when you're putting that label on yourself, that who created that label. So that's still just another brain twister, another mind control thing that we're using that belongs to them, and we're following it. So we're not going to be followers. We're leaders. We are leaders. And so we need to continue to do that. Lead. Don't follow. Create. We are the best creators around. This is how God intended us to be. He gave us the things that we needed, and then he knew that we would use the resources to create everything else that we needed, because that's who we are. So just think about those simple things. And don't get caught up on material things. Let's try to just eliminate some of that stuff. I know it's your money, you want to buy and do everything you want to do, but let's think about the big picture and think about the future of our children. That we know that money thing is important, that we cannot spend our money foolishly, because our money comes in our pockets and our paychecks, and most of it goes right outside our community. And that's why our communities are not thriving as they should. We're surviving, but we're not thriving, because everything that we do, we have to go outside of ourselves to attain. And that's not good. And then we have to do better, because sometimes, you want to use your own people when it comes to some services. You need a carpenter, a mason guy, or, some type of repairs. And sometimes we're not efficient and we're not fair. And sometimes we just will say, okay, I'll be over there at 2 o'clock. And then we just don't show up. And so that make you want to go get somebody else outside of the culture to get done what you need to get done, because you need a repair done in your house. You need to be done. So let's just I'm just saying that, we're doing great. We're not doing great. I don't think we're doing great, but we're doing better. Okay, so I don't want to always feel like I'm saying we ain't this, we ain't that. No, there are people here, there, everywhere who's doing the damn thing. Like I gotta talk about it again, like the Alabama Slammer. We let them people know down there we ain't taking that shit no more. We got the ancestors behind us, and we ain't taking that shit no more. So let's continue to uplift, to empower, to do, and rethink about things. And just think, period. Question shit. Because that's what we have to do. We cannot continue to just go along. These people are doing things to us with intentions, and the intentions are not good. So what we have to do is counteract that. People say that I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. Which means that, yes, you're here. We're all human beings living in this world, but we don't follow the system. We're off the system. We know better than eating the things that they suggest that we eat. We know better than that, so we don't do it. We're making other choices. We know better than to go to the doctor. The doctor say, well, you need this, you need that, you need that, you that. We know now that we can question that. Well, why do I need that? And when this, that, da. And then when they give us those shots, well, what's in the shot? What is the shot for? Question the thing. And so we have got to continue to just do better, because we can. And because we know better. So let's continue to do what we're doing, y'all. Because the time is now. And they got all this stuff coming up. They're trying to bring back the COVID-19. And I don't know if they're going to give a different name, whatever. Or now we got cases popping up, whatever. But don't fall for the okie doke, y'all. What are we going to do this time? We're going to do better this time. And so what we can do to do better is to know better and to prepare ourselves. I think last time I talked about God propels prepared people. So now, y'all, start stocking up on things. Start saving. Start thinking about how you're spending your money. Start setting your money aside. Because they're talking about making this other kind of system even for the money. And then they got a card to do this and permission to do that, so that kind of stuff. So the things that you need to start saving some of those things. Stock up on some of the basic necessities. Beans, rice. Start stocking up on those things that we can use. That sometimes if we don't have electricity, we can at least start a fire to be able to create our food. Because I believe that God intended that way. He gave us everything that we needed. And so when it came to certain fruits and vegetables and things like that, they were plentiful. But the society that we live in now has cut all that stuff down and controlling it and saying now, yeah, I'm gonna do grow all the oranges, and you got to buy the oranges from me. When there was oranges scattered all around, there's mangoes scattered all around, there's bananas scattered all around on the land, because this is what is plentiful. This is what the Most High gave us. And then we had to add things to that. But now somebody's controlling all those things and saying, if you want it now, you got to buy it from them. Okay? So continue to be awoke, see what's going on, pay attention, make better choices. Give up some shit that you really don't need. Material things, people, places, and things. If they're not serving you, let it go. Not saying that you don't love that person or love that place, whatever. But what we're doing is doing what's best for ourselves. And it's not selfish to say that, well, I prefer it this way. And I don't want that. It's not selfish to say this is what's best for me. Because you know what? If you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. So why come you can't love yourself to make a choice to say, well, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to wear that because I don't think that looks right on me personally, or I don't want to do that because this doesn't make me feel good, this doesn't make me look good, and so I'm not going to participate. That's the thing. We do not have to participate in anything that goes on in this society. We don't. These holidays come up and now they want to do all this. We don't have to participate in that. You got a day off of work, stay the hell home. Do something towards your house. Create a new something. You was going to paint that wall. You was going to go and, start that garden or whatever. And speaking of garden, let's talk about that. Start growing some foods, the things that you like to eat. Tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, onions are very easy things that you don't need to have a garden. You don't need to have a lot of space outside. You could grow these things in pots. So this shit's serious, y'all. We got to start making some changes. We got to start being more obedient to ourselves and being obedient to the Most High, who serves us. Most High takes care of us when sometimes we're not even doing for our own self, when we can't, or we don't know to. So, y'all, the time is now. Do some research on your own. Listen to, there's so much information out here that's bringing truth about who we are, where we came from, how we got there. We weren't all enslaved. Some of us were here in the U.S. So, you'd have to research that thing. And I know that some of these things that we hear is just so far-fetched from the quote-unquote truth, so-called truth that we were told. But it seems so far-fetched but the truth is the light. And that is what will set you free. The truth. Even though maybe your family may not be living their truth, or your husband, your wife, your friend, whatever, whoever, the girlfriends you hang out with, or your boys, you got to pull yourself from that. Question them, and empower them. Once you get something, say, man, this ain't cool no more because da 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 da. Yeah, enlighten your brother or your sister. If you learn something you like, to get that aha moment, like, yeah, one thing, yeah, that's true. So. We must do for self. We must do for self. Self-preservation is the first rule. Love yourself, do for self, and then you're able to love and do things for others. So, again, thank you for listening. Thank you for my subscribers. And click that bell so every Tuesday when once I do a new video, just to come and check me out. And I will say thank you because there's some people who check me out even before I can get it posted telling you that I did a new video, and I love it. And I'm grateful. So peace and love, everybody. God loves you, and so do I.